Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley opens up about painful health struggle. Savannah Chrisley is opening up about a very painful health struggle that she has been enduring for a long time. It has been hard for her since her parents have been incarcerated. Yet she has been making the best out of her life, but her health problems have recently resurfaced. Keep reading for more details about what Savannah has gone through. Savannah Chrisley opens up about painful health struggle. It has been hard mentally and emotionally for Savannah Chrisley ever since her parents were sentenced. Todd and Julie Chrisley headed to prison in January 2023. That left Savannah to raise her two younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while still working. She is in real estate and has a podcast, Unlocked. At the same time, she had a beauty line called Sassy, which is seemingly now defunct. Nothing has been posted on Sassy's Instagram page since April 2024, so she has been doing her best to make sure that Grayson and Chloe know they are loved and cared for while still fighting for her parents' freedom. However, Savannah has said that she is not sure if she wants to get married and have children until Todd and Julie are released. She does not want them to miss these milestones in her life. That being said, Savannah shared she was looking into freezing her eggs so she could have a baby whenever she wanted to. Unfortunately, it has not been as easy as she had hoped due to her endometriosis. According to People, Savannah has undergone several surgeries to help aid with the chronic condition, which Julianne Hough, Amy Schumer, Bindi Irwin, and many more celebrities are afflicted with, is when tissue that is similar to the inner lining of the uterus grows outside the uterus. For Savannah Chrisley, it came up again when she was looking into freezing her eggs, as she shared on the Thursday, September 24th episode of her podcast. She could get pregnant naturally or have a problem conceiving, but right now, it is a crapshoot. DNA testing. Savannah Chrisley also underwent DNA testing, taking over 400 tests. Her partner will also have to test as well, but the doctor had this to say about conception. Despite this unsettling news, the 27-year-old has opted to be grateful for the things that are put in front of me, like science and freezing my eggs and then IVF. She has noted that sharing her story of pain and suffering has helped other women. They are messaging her with what they have gone through, so, in the end, she says it has been uplifting. Savannah Chrisley, the vivacious star known for her sharp wit and dazzling smile, has always appeared to have it all: beauty, fame, and success. From her family's hit reality TV show, Chrisley Knows Best, to her growing fashion and beauty empire, she's become a familiar face to millions. But behind the perfectly curated Instagram posts and the bright lights of Hollywood, there was a hidden battle she was facing, a painful and personal health struggle that would test her in ways she never anticipated. For years, Savannah had kept her struggles private. On the surface, she appeared to be thriving, her days filled with photo shoots, business meetings, and family obligations. But beneath it all, she was fighting a war inside her body, one that was often invisible to others, but always present in her life. It began quietly, creeping into her life like a shadow that wouldn't lift. Fatigue, pain, and a nagging sense that something wasn't quite right. At first, I tried to ignore it, Savannah admitted in a heartfelt interview, her voice steady, but her eyes betraying the emotional weight of her words. I've always been someone who just powers through, thinking, I can handle this. I didn't want to be seen as weak or let my health affect my work, but it got to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. The symptoms were persistent and varied. Some days it was an overwhelming exhaustion that made getting out of bed feel like a monumental task. Other days it was sharp, shooting pains that would flare up unpredictably. Doctors ran tests, but answers were slow to come. It was a frustrating cycle of appointments, misdiagnoses, and treatments that seemed to do little to alleviate her pain. I felt like I was losing control of my own body, she confessed, and that was terrifying. Despite the physical challenges, Savannah's emotional toll was perhaps the most difficult aspect to endure. Her once vibrant energy began to wane, replaced by anxiety and fear over what was happening to her. Would she ever feel like herself again? Would she be able to continue the fast-paced life she had worked so hard to build? Questions loomed large, and the answers remained elusive. During this time, Savannah turned to her family for support. Todd Chrisley, her outspoken father and the protective patriarch of the family, was there every step of the way. but even his humor and reassurance couldn't shield her from the dark moments when the pain felt unbearable. Her brother, Chase, known for their playful sibling banter, took on a more serious role, often checking in with her just to remind her she wasn't alone in her battle. Still, Savannah felt the pressure of public life weighing down on her. The expectations placed on her as a celebrity, always looking perfect, always being on, became harder to meet. She worried about how her struggle would be perceived. In a world where vulnerability is often seen as weakness, would sharing her pain make her seem less capable, less strong? After months of suffering in silence, Savannah made the brave decision to open up about her health battle. In an emotional social media post, she shared her journey with her followers, thousands of whom had watched her grow up on TV, but knew little about the pain she was enduring behind the scenes. "I've always prided myself on being strong, but sometimes strength is asking for help," she wrote. "I've been dealing with some health issues that have really taken a toll on me, both physically and emotionally. It's been hard to talk about because I didn't want to seem weak, but I realized that being honest about my struggles might help someone else who's going through the same thing." The outpouring of love and support was immediate. Fans, friends, and even strangers reached out with messages of encouragement, sharing their own stories of health battles and offering words of hope. Savannah's vulnerability had struck a chord with so many who had faced similar challenges, reminding them that they weren't alone in their struggles. "It was overwhelming in the best way," Savannah said, reflecting on the response. "I didn't expect so many people to relate to what I was going through. It made me realize that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. We're all human and we all have our battles." Opening up about her health struggles has been a turning point for Savannah. While she continues to work with doctors to manage her condition, she has found strength in being transparent about her journey. She's also become an advocate for listening to one's body and speaking up when something feels wrong, especially for young women, who are often conditioned to put others before themselves and downplay their own needs. "I think there's this misconception that you have to have it all together all the time, especially as a woman in the public eye," Savannah reflected. "But that's just not real life. Real life is messy and complicated, and sometimes it's painful. And that's okay. What matters is how you deal with it and how you move forward." For Savannah, moving forward means finding balance between work and rest, between strength and vulnerability. She's learning to prioritize her health, both physical and mental, and to be kinder to herself in the process. Her journey is far from over, but Savannah Chrisley is determined to face it with the same grace, humor, and resilience that have made her a beloved figure in the eyes of her fans. By sharing her story, she has not only shed light on her own struggle, but also offered a powerful reminder that even in the face of pain, there is strength in vulnerability and healing in honesty.